Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to learn how to play digit code. Here we go. Anytime now. Here we go. Let's learn how to play digit code. This tutorial exists thanks to 594 WPA 1209 OUO. Hello, and welcome to the tutorial for the game Digit Code. Digit Code is a game where you ask questions to gather clues and use logical reasoning to guess a 6-digit code. Let me teach you how to play and how to reason through the puzzle. This is your game board, which allows you to keep track of your reasoning. In the bottom right corner, there's a save button right here. Use it to avoid losing progress if the page refreshes. In the bottom left corner is the delete button right here. It will clear all of your notes when clicked. On your turn, you can perform two types of actions. You can ask a question or submit an answer. Let's first explain ask a question. There are 4 types of questions you can ask. Count the number of filled squares in a row or a column. Is a number even or odd? Is a square empty or filled? And compare 2 numbers. Your opponent just asked the third type of question. So they asked, is the square empty or filled? So you can see here they asked if this one was empty or filled, and we can see that it's filled. Okay. Oh, your opponent just asked whether the square TAM is empty or filled. So we see A, okay, A, TAM. So T, A, and M. So you see here, this part, the top row is J, the second row is K, this third L, M, and N. So TAM, okay? The square highlighted in the row below is TAM. Number T, column A, row M. It has been marked red, meaning the square is filled. On the board, all red markings represent clues from someone asking this type of question. So if it turns red, that means someone has asked a question. In the digital representation of numbers, the blue box numbers in the square are empty, which means that the number T, should be the letter T, cannot be any of those digits. Oh, the number in T, I get it. Okay, the number in T, okay, let me start over. The number in the area T cannot be any of those digits. So you can click the blue box digits to cross them out, making it easier to remember which digits are not possible for number T. So the thing is, because 1 will fill these areas and 3 these areas. So 3 doesn't have this open. If it's 5, you see my outline 5 will not be that. It can't be 7, and it can't be 9. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and it can't be 4. So if it's 4, only these would be highlighted. So it cannot be 4 either. But it could be 2. So 2 would be like this. And then 6 can be that, and so forth. Now it's your turn. Let's try asking whether number W is even or odd. So click number, even or odd, at the top, then click W on the board, and finally click confirm. So W, we're asking if this is even or odd. So it highlighted the red single dot, so that means it's odd. So it's 1 or 2. So 2 means even, 1 means odd. Let's see, each number has an icon with either 2 dots or 1 dot, representing whether it's even or odd. Number W is marked with a 1 dot icon in red, which means W is an odd number. So we'll probably be marking these off. So it's an odd number, so it can't be 0. So 0 is counted as even. So it can't be any of these. Continue. Now your opponent asked for the first type of question. How many filled squares are in row L? So row L. Okay. Row L refers to the horizontal line through numbers T, U, and V. So these 3 areas. The red number 3 on the right means all 3 squares are in row L are filled. So then if these are all, we should mark it. Click on the 3s to mark them as filled, which I just did, yep. With this new clue, you can eliminate the blue box digits as impossible. So let's see, it can't be 0 because this has a line in the middle. Okay, this one cannot be 0, this one cannot be 0. It can't be 1, because 1 would just be like this would just be 1. Okay, so it can't be 1. And this cannot be 7, because 7 would look like this. It has nothing in the middle. Okay, so let me click out. So we'll cross these out. Okay, continue. Your opponent asks if XEQ is filled. So X, then E, and Q. Is it filled? Since it's marked red, the score is filled. Again, we can eliminate blue box digits as invalid. So again, it can't be 0, can't be 1, and it cannot be 7. Think of these as like digital numbers on a clock. It's your turn again. Let's ask the fourth type of question. Who is larger, U or X? So U is U, the number in U, larger than the number in X. Important, in this game, adjacent numbers, vertical or horizontal, must be different. So it can't be the same number like 3 and 3. Or it can't be 3, 3, 3 here. So click compare numbers, then click the left, click this right here between U and X and confirm, okay. Compare numbers, confirm U and X. Okay, so you see this highlighted. So that means X is larger than U. So that means if X is larger than U, this can't be 9 because this has to be bigger. There's no number bigger than 9 down here. And then this one cannot be 2 because either one can't be 0 or 1. So this has to be, this one has a possibility of being 2. Okay. Another player has finished asking their question. Do you remember what the 2 dots icon means? That means this is even. So this is even, so we cross out all the odds. Okay. Now, X is only possible for 4, 6, or 8, which means XDP. Okay, so then we have to see if these are filled. So it could be 4, because 4 would look like that, right? And it can be 6. So 6 and 8. Okay. So if this is, so the X is bigger than U, so this cannot be 8 because neither of them can be 9. Okay. Now it's your turn to reason. The opponent revealed YGR. So YGR, this is filled. So what can you deduce? Okay, so if this YER, it can be 0. It can't be 1 because 1 would only fill up the right side. It can't be 3 because 3 would be like here. It can be 5. No, it cannot be 5 because 5 would look like this. See, you can try see if that's not filled. Let me double click. It can't be 7 and it cannot be 9 because 9 would look like this. Okay, I'll double click all of these because you can sort of see what they look like. It can be 8, it can be 6, it cannot be 4 because 4 does not have this space there. And it cannot be, it can be 2 and it can't be 0. So continue, is that right? That's right. You can deduce blue box digits are impossible. Y is even. So Y is even. So we'll click on that. So YHO and Y, so then let's see. So these YHO and, because it has to be 0, 2, 6, or 8. So 6, let's see, this one will be filled and this one will be filled because these numbers would make either, these spaces will create either of these numbers. Okay, let's see, click count row, this one, and let's click on M. How many in this area? Confirm M. So this has 4. 4 of these are filled. It seems row M has 4 filled squares. With the current info, we can't determine more just yet. Let's wait and see what other players reveal. Okay. So they clicked on row N. So row N has 2 filled square, but that's still not enough for us to tell us anything. So continue. Now here's another clue that they guess. V is greater than Y. So V is greater than Y, okay? So because V is greater than Y, the blue box digits are invalid because this one has to be bigger. So this one can't be 9, so it's possible this can be 8, but then it can't be 8 or 9, because if this is 8, then this one has to be 7, but that one can't be 7. And this one can't be the smallest because this is smaller, well, V is smaller than Y. So V cannot be 0, so the only possibility it could be 2, but that means this cannot be 0 or 2, if that makes sense. Now it's our turn again. Let's ask how many filled squares are in column E. So click on this, how many in column E? Click confirm. There's 6. So that means these are all filled. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now because these are filled out, it can't be 4. Because remember, 4, there's nothing on the bottom for 4. Continue. Also, since X is now only possible for 6 or 8, XDR must be filled, so mark it. Let's see, XDR. Let's see, X, D, and R. So since X is the only possible for 6 or 8, 6 or 8. Oh yeah, so 6 or 8. That means this has to definitely be filled because 6 would look like in terms of the numbers. So now look down on row N. It only has 2 filled squares. So row N only has 2 filled squares. Okay. So on both TBN, TBN, and UEN are filled. UEN are filled. How do we know that's filled? So VHN must be empty. Okay. Again, because this 2 has to meet 2 and 6 and 8 means that this has to be filled no matter what. So this will not be filled. So we'll put that there. Okay. Now take a look at number V. Okay. The only possible value that fits here without this is 4. So mark it accordingly. So it can't be 2 because 2 means that this has to be filled. It can't be 3. That has to be filled. Can't be 5 because 5 means this has to be filled. Also 6. So that means this will be 4. So this will be 4. See the number 4. Okay. Now that we learn Q only has 2 filled squares, so Q has 2 filled squares, what can you reason from this? Okay. So 2 has 2 filled squares. So 6 and 8. 1, 3, 5. Then we know that row Q has 2 filled squares. What can we reason? So, let me see. What can we reason? Let's continue. The answer is WQB. So WQB must be empty. Q and B must be empty. Why is that empty? Blue boxes are invalid. So this must be empty. So this, oh yes, that's right. So this has to be filled because it's the only options available are 6 and 8. So that has to be filled. So that is empty. I missed that one. Okay. So that means this cannot be 3, 5, or 9. Okay. And 3, 5, or 9. So it could be WCP must be filled. So it could be 1 or 7. I think these must all be blank. Okay. Blue boxes are invalid. WCP, where's W? WCP must be filled. Why must it be filled? Oh, yes, it has to be 1 or 7. So this has to be, and then WBS, let's see, WBS must be empty. Okay. Continue. Okay. Now we know UDM is filled. UDM UDM is filled. So that means it can't be 3 and it cannot be 5. So it can either be 2 or 6. 6. Okay. Yes. So it must be an even number because 2 and 6 are even. Okay. Our turn again. Let's check how many filled squares are in column C. So count how many spaces, column C. Confirm C. So now there's 3. Turns out there are 3 filled squares, so T cannot be 8. So it can't be 8 because we already have 2 here, so it can't be 8. Okay? So here comes a tricky deduction. Column F has 3 filled squares right here, meaning only 1 empty square. You can only be 2 or 6. So 2 or 6. In either case, XFP must be filled. So XFP must be filled. So let's see, 2 or 6. So this one will only have 1 filled on this side. So that means, let's see, XFP must be filled. Okay, because there's only 2. Let's see. Must be filled. Therefore, X must be 8. I agree. Because 2 can only be this or this. So only one of these can be filled. So that means both of these have to be filled for them to be 3. Because if it's a 2, then this would be filled. But then if it's a 6, this one would be filled. And that's only 1, right? So this one has to be 2. So this one has to be 8. How do we know it's going to be 8? Oh, yeah, because it can't be 6. So it is 8, okay? So that means this cannot be 8 because we can't have 2 numbers next to each other. So if that's not 8, this must be 6, okay? All right, a new clue. So another player said T is less than W. So where's T is less than W? So if W is, now we can figure out what W is. So W is greater, so it can't be. So it has to be 7 because it can't be 1. Okay. Yep, it's a 7. Now observe, only T and U are unknown. These are known. Okay, and both are possibly 2 or 6. So the answer is either 2, 6, 4, 7, 8, 6. So 2, 6, 4, 7, 8, 6, or 6, 2, 4, 7, 8, 6. If we ask more questions, our opponent might guess the code. So let's take a chance and submit 2, 6, 4, 7, 8, 6. So let's submit solution and type in 2, 6, 4. Oops. Hold me. 2, 6, 4, 7, 8, 6. And click confirm. It's not correct. But don't worry, each player gets 2 attempts because we have 2 hearts. Ours went down from 2 to 1. And opponents won't know what we submitted. So now we know the answer is 624786. Mark it down and hope no one else guesses it. So 6, 2. So this is a 2. And this is, and this one is 6. Okay. So they're going to go. It looks like none of the other players got it right. So let's go ahead and submit the answer. Submit solution. And click 6, 2, 4, 7, 8, 6. And click confirm to win the game. Congratulations, you won the game. Now it's your turn to try. We believe in your logical reasoning, so go break the code. Enjoy playing. Yep, this is super fun. I like this one. Thanks for watching.